Okay, I'm thinking Kevin's having a little bit technical difficulty. I guess I don't know where he's at. Welcome to the Five-Star Frogcast. I'm your host, Tyler Harrison. With me, we got Tony. Kevin's somewhere to be seen. He's having some technical difficulties. He'll join us later. Wrestlemania this weekend.
Oh, baby.
This weekend. Are you ready? We're here. It's actually ironic.
Ready?
I am ready. It's actually ironic. Kevin's not here, and he has to defend this title. Has to defend this title.
Is he the champ? Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, you did sabotage me. I already know this.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
knows it.
This whole time, you've been wrong. You've been told lies. You've been misled. And I saw you approach Tony in Toronto as if he stabbed you in the back. This whole time you've been played. Because you see, it was never Tony. You thought you knew who it was, but this makes it even better. Because I never had to stab you in the back. I can now just stab you in the chest. And say face to face. And say checkmate. Because
T-Money, it was me all along.
Woo! Kevin,
Come on.
it was you?
Let me take my rightful place here at the throne.
He took you out? By God.
Not only Cena
Believe
can
you.
turn heel,
I can't believe you.
but I
But you know
can
what?
too.
Two heel turns that we did not see coming.
I couldn't tell that voice changer. Where did you? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Well, I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. I guess it wasn't you. This was this guy this whole time.
All good.
What's okay? I'm taking my title back at WrestleMania.
We need to take it off him. We need to save this company.
We can't.
Well,
We need
as
the
the
tag
as
teams.
as the main host of this podcast, it's always been my podcast. Let's be honest. You've always been a co-host, Tyler.
Yeah,
Nothing
okay.
but a co-host. And now to all the fans, screw the fans.
Wow.
I don't need them. I've got my custom championship on the way. I'm gonna just sit
I
back.
can't believe you would do this to me.
It had to be done. It had to be done. You were always can't make it on the podcast. Can't make it on the podcast. Had to be done.
Fair, understandable points, but I can't wait to take that title for you, and then you wasted $500 on a custom belt that you're never gonna wear again. By the
get
way,
right
I
to
lied.
the-
That voice changer was stupid.
That was his real voice. What are you talking about?
Well, let's get into this then.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get into Mania. WrestleMania, night 1, night 2. We discussed this on the last podcast. Obviously, there's some matches on this total card that just, maybe some fans are questioning why they put them on the card. Tony, this is the first time we've had you on the podcast. Obviously, we took a little bit of a break, so, what are your thoughts here going into Mania, for all the matches that you see, and, maybe some matches also that you kind of questioning why they put on the card?
Yeah, I'm okay with the matches. I was kind of hoping for some sort of tag team ladder match or the Intercontinental ladder match, but I'm okay with the 4-way for the Intercontinental title. So I was kind of hoping that like DIY, Motor City, all those teams would be in a multi-man match. Maybe we get it because it would be a Friday. Maybe we get it Friday before but no, they would have promoted that. So I don't know. I was hoping that they'd be on the card. Yeah, I'm okay with the street fight. obviously all the title matches. And then Friday night, they usually do like the battle
Yeah, Andre the Giant.
memorial. Yeah. So that's kind of like the pre-WrestleMania.
Yeah, I guess that's
stuff.
pre-WrestleMania.
You know
stuff.
who should win that this year? I'm not gonna lie. It should be John Cena. I think it'd be a great
I think it should be
addition.
Grayson
Otis.
Waller or maybe like Austin.
That shit.
Has Theory won it before?
No, you know who honestly should get
Oh,
it?
did he? Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes. Let him get
Yeah.
his push. This is
Yeah.
start for him.
Yeah, I like
Hayes
that.
could win it. They gotta do something with the Waller and Theory thing though, so maybe they could do that there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
they're
after
gonna break
Mania.
up eventually. It's starting to seem like Theory's gonna be a face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also got Hall of Fame on Friday night as well. Triple
Looking
H.
forward to
and
that. Yeah.
How many?
And-
Who is everyone in?
Triple H, Lex Luger, Michelle McCool,
Yeah.
and
Earthquake and
Earthquake and other guy.
Right.
Typhoon. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Typhoon.
Earthquake. Oh, so there was 5. I didn't know the other.
Natural
And
disasters.
then match,
Natural
yes, natural disasters, and then they're also inducting a match.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a new idea. I think. I think it's cool.
Match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stone
They're-
Cold and
Good
Brett.
match. Fair enough. That's not
Yeah.
a bad
It's a
one.
great one.
I don't know if they
get
a ring for it,
Undertaker
but-
and Giant Gonzalez.
Five-star.
Or Boogeyman
Yeah, 5
versus
star.
JBL.
Donald Trump versus no, it was
That
Donald
actually
Trump.
should be it. John,
It was
Umaga
Umaga versus Bobby Lashley, and then yes, that should get put in there. Maybe next
Daniel
year.
Bryan versus Sheamus. Triple threat match. Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
Taker versus Cena.
Taker versus Cena is a good one too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones.
There actually is.
So night 1, we got 7 matches. Night 2, we have 6. There is a chance that night 2 would get a 7th if Randy Orton is to wrestle a match. We won't predict the match that, like, we can say what match he might get,
I'm
but
curious your take when we get there.
we'll save that for like night 2, I guess, because
Yeah.
it should be part of night
It
2.
happens in night two,
Sure.
yeah.
So we'll start with night 1. We'll start off the matches that I just kind of want to get out of the way. Quick
We don't
and
care
easy.
about, yeah.
Not like I necessarily don't care. It's just like, okay, well,
Oh, so you care about Jade Cargill versus Naomi?
to an extent.
I kinda
to see
do.
to see
I don't.
if
No?
Jade steps up to the occasion, but I don't. Really
That's the only reason one. I think I just want to see if Jade's finally gonna hit her stride, or is this going to be another setback?
I think I'm more interested in Naomi.
Yeah,
I like his
I don't
heel.
know.
I like her heel character.
yeah, that's
She's
fair.
doing pretty good. It's more traction than the other face versus heel on night 1.
Well, since I'm champion, I'm gonna go before you guys. So,
Go ahead.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go Jade Cargill beats
shit
Naomi
pick.
here.
No, I mean that's
Keep
all I'm gonna
hating.
say.
Keep hating. I'm still a champ.
That's okay. I can't wait till I have that custom belt. No, I mean that makes sense. I agree with you. Naomi's not winning this. This is a setup for Jade Cargill. Don't know where they're gonna go with it though. I heard Road Dogg's now co-lead writer of SmackDown.
Cool.
So that's very interesting. So I wonder what they're gonna do. I don't know when that kicks in. Probably after WrestleMania. It seems like about that time they like to switch things up, give people opportunities. Makes no sense to switch it up now. You mentioned earlier about like some SmackDown things. We might see The Rock because of Roman going to SmackDown or Raw
Mhm.
last week. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Jade Cargill will win. I feel.
I'm taking Naomi.
I like it.
She's the heel.
Mhm.
I think she has to get one up on Jade.
You're thinking Jade gets her revenge at Backlash.
I think so. But
No, that's not bad.
I think there's something. I think there's going to be a story with Bianca as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how it works at WrestleMania because in the future I think Jade's going to turn heel. I
Okay.
don't know if it's going to happen at WrestleMania or not, but I can't see the stories intertwining at
Intertwining,
WrestleMania,
yeah.
just because of her championship match. But yeah, I think to me, I think she turned heel. Is she going to lose right away, or is she going to win and continue the story? So I'm gonna go with win and continue the story. If in the perfect world, they should have already had a match. She should have won. Jade gets the rematch at WrestleMania and wins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
fair.
I'm gonna switch it up and go Naomi.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, I agree though with what you were saying. There should have been a match already, but oh well. Let's move on to the War Raiders versus the New Day. Again, this is one of the matches where I don't really know why they put this on the card and not the SmackDown, because they built the SmackDown tag division way better.
Right.
And it only makes sense that the New Day would go on to win this match for it to have some meaning. I want to say that Big E gets involved here. Not saying that he's like full time.
No, but like he screws them over somehow.
He could maybe screw them over. But I think they're gonna save that for the Monday Night Raw after Mania.
Well, then
So I think the New Day is just gonna win here and go into Monday Night Raw all happy and whatnot with themselves, and then maybe Big E does something there.
Yeah, I
The thing
agree.
I think his Biggie is on. He is on the pre-show, so it could happen at WrestleMania. I just don't see why. I don't see like if Biggie wins or if they win New Day. I do think New Day wins. I'm gonna say that New Day wins. I'm just trying to think though. I don't think they're gonna pull the Big E card just yet. I think it's actually gonna be a longer time since they pull that Big E card, because I think New Day needs to get a couple of wins under the belts, but cheaply winning. You know, like a couple of low blows. Maybe they just say, screw it, we're not going to wrestle them. They count themselves out. Something like that. Disqualification, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tony, you agree?
I don't think Big E. I agree. I'm gonna go with New Day. They've got to win it, right? That's.
Yeah.
It only makes sense to me. I mean,
they build
why
this
else?
up. They were holding it. They can also then turn around and be like, we're now the locker room leaders.
Yeah, we will see
so.
New Day heel tag team champs.
I think so. Other than
Maybe
that,
a
this
second
match
time.
made no sense.
No, I would have rather have the SmackDown tag team
They
title
could
on
just
this and
hold
save
on.
this
hope-
for Raw or something.
Yeah, let's hope H delivers and they do give New Day the titles. Let's move to we'll save that one for after. We'll move on to LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. One of the more
This is
matches I am
interesting.
looking for. This is very interesting because if it's a one-on-one match and there are no interferences or anything, Jacob Fatu is winning this belt. No doubt in my mind that he won't beat LA Knight. But I have a feeling that we do see an interference here, not on purpose, but he does interfere and he does kind of mess with the match and mess with Jacob Fatu, and that is Solo Sikoa.
Yep.
And Backlash is around the corner, and then you start Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Maybe it's a little feud, maybe it's a longer feud. LA Knight can retain here, hold the belt a little longer, because I think his first title reign was a little short. I wish it was longer, especially because Shinsuke's was such a letdown. So why not give LA Knight a little bit more of that title reign than he should have gotten in the first place? I know a lot of Jacob Fatu fans are like, nah, give him the title right now. He deserves it, and he does. But there's still that thing that's not done with. No. And there's still the undecided what is Solo gonna do and like where's that story lead. So I'm gonna say LA Knight wins via Solo Sikoa's interference of some sort. Tama Tonga as well, probably. Yeah.
I disagree. I think this sets up perfect for Jacob Fatu. I love LA Knight. I'm a big fan of him, but he's sadly honestly he needs a fresh coat of paint. Get him out of SmackDown, ship him to Raw. Win the World Heavyweight Championship there, maybe Intercontinental. I think SmackDown's just got a little boring for him. It's not his forte anymore. And I think Jacob Fatu wins the title, and I think he turns on Solo. Because he's proven that he doesn't need him.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Because I could see him winning the title, Jacob Fatu, but I think it's been building up with Solo, and you can tell. And I think Solo knows that Fatu is kind of throwing him by the wayside a little. So I like where Kevin is coming from with the interference, even if it's not intentional. And he costs Jacob the match, and then Jacob flips and beats the crap out of him, and yeah, they go to a match at Backlash. Yeah. So I'm gonna go LA Knight retains and gets his WrestleMania moment.
Okay. A lot of similarities, some differences so far in these predictions. We'll move now to Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Two Lucha Libre legends in this match. I'm really interested to see El Grande Americano's debut. Obviously, it's unfortunate that Chad Gable cannot perform at WrestleMania here.
He's been wrestling.
His debut at Mania.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
He's been wrestling Raw. That being said, can I start off this one? Because I think I figured it out. So, I don't know. I've been keeping it a wrap. The reason why we haven't been doing the podcast these last few weeks is because I've been traveling around the world trying to figure out who this character was, right?
Oh.
And I figured it out. I finally did it. I just want you guys to know something about that character, all right? He reminds me a lot of a certain character back in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Oh gosh, there he is. He's going.
And it was Mr. American who turned out to be Hulk Hogan. Now, I'm not saying this is Hulk Hogan.
Did they prove it?
I don't think they did, but that was the big rumor. But I watched this person wrestle, right?
Yeah. Great. Here we go.
The German suplex, right? All of this. I think at WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio wins, takes the mask off. Kurt Angle's under the mask the whole time. This is actually his retirement.
Oh, okay, wow. You know, I honestly, nope.
Listen, moonsault? Who did the moonsault? Kurt Angle. German suplex? Kurt Angle. Ankle lock? Kurt Angle. That's all his moves.
True.
This is Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle is dating a woman of color, so he knows how to speak Spanish. I'm just saying. It all adds up.
That would
and
be...
Jason Jordan's his son. So, like, Kurt Angle didn't retire after TNA. He traveled around the world. I knew. That's who I think it is. Kurt Angle. We reveal at WrestleMania that Kurt Angle is really El Americano Grande.
El Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano. Fucking the Starbucks order.
Starbucks order.
Also, that's his favorite drink from Starbucks. If you watch the interviews, he says it. I'm just telling you, it's right there.
I'm not gonna lie, Tyler. I honestly thought, I get it, the moveset and everything. It's Kurt Angle, but the diving headbutt, I honestly thought you were gonna say Chris Benoit.
You were gonna go with Chris Benoit. Yeah, he's got the same height.
I thought your typical Chris Benoit talk was gonna come out.
No, I'm realistic.
Yeah,
it's Kurt Angle.
Well,
it's Kurt Angle. I know. I figured it out.
That's a bold. But who's winning?
Oh, Rey Mysterio, he wins, and then he's going to take the mask off. This should have honestly been a mask versus mask match. I'm just saying right now.
That's what I was thinking.
It should.
But I'm going to go with Grande Americano wins it, and at Backlash they go mask versus mask.
Mask versus mask?
Yeah, okay.
Is Backlash supposed to be in like Puerto Rico again, or like Mexico or somewhere like that?
Ooh, I don't know.
No, it's in St. Louis, Missouri. Randy Orton's.
That's not even close.
Yeah, Randy Orton's.
Like, Yeah, if I'm thinking if they did that like in like Mexico or Puerto Rico, it would have more of a more of a stronger heritage of the mask versus mask match.
Yeah, that is fair.
By the way, he was born in the Gulf of America. If people don't remember.
Mm.
Trained
All
El
right.
Generico.
I'm going to go with El Grande Americano as well. I do think I like the idea of the mask versus mask. I just don't know if they want to continue this feud. I mean, if they do, cool.
That's true.
So why not have Ray rip the mask off, and it is Chad Gable,
But it's not.
but Chad would just win. He still wins. He does get.
Imagine
the
if
mask.
it wasn't Chad.
There's a thing. What if it actually isn't Chad, and it's like some like exact look-alike, like body, like type-wise and everything, physique, and
like
it's
a stunt
just
double.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think his
but
his
like
knuckles
the exact
cut
same.
out.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah.
What if he
yeah.
takes the mask off and it's Otis? Or
Otis has been
Omos.
wearing a fat suit the whole time.
Yeah, that would be the craziest turn of the history.
No, I will go El Grande Americano. Ray
should
does get the
honest-
mask
no, no.
off, but it is Chad.
They should honestly use one of the Creed brothers for that match as the
That's tough.
Grande Americano.
That's very
They
tough
should.
to do.
Because it'd be hilarious to the storyline.
I guess. You'd have to tan one of them a lot and then somehow
It doesn't
shrink
matter.
them.
They're not going to, but that's the joke of it. It's the fact that it's not.
Yeah, but
Chad Gable.
it's gotta be a little bit believable.
Okay.
Especially if the
What's
mask
actual
comes
time?
off.
It was Ray Phoenix. He's
Yeah.
double dipping. He's doubling it down.
Covering his tats.
Well, I'm just saying. Remember, there was a guy that they pulled. Remember, Oh my goodness! I'm actually not even kidding. What if it's Tyson Kidd under the mask? The similar height. They kind of
yeah.
look the same, like tan wise.
That would be wild.
That'd be amazing. I don't know if he can wrestle. I think he's done wrestling forever because of that injury.
It's been years. His neck's fine.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, the only interesting thing about this is maybe we do see the mask come off and maybe it's not Chad.
I think the most interesting is it's just a comedic match, but it's gonna be a good
Yes.
comedic match.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope he has a big ass entrance. Hit the frog
Oh,
splash.
he better.
Hit
he
the
better.
three amigos. Oh my goodness.
He better have a good entrance. Let's move to Tiffany versus Charlotte Flair. One of the probably worst built-up matches for WrestleMania this year.
Yep.
Me and Tyler kind of already went over it last episode, but Tony, you can talk about your opinion on this now, and then we can predict the match itself.
I think Charlotte she's got go away heat.
So exactly what we said.
I think her issue is she comes in, gets a title shot, wins a title,
And then dips.
and then loses it, and then dip. Like, I don't care. She's not a good talker. Like, in the ring, okay, yeah, but like I don't care.
I'm gonna argue she is a good talker, but this recent run, it's like you said, she doesn't care. It's like ever since she got divorced, she doesn't care. She's turning more and more into Ric Flair. Like in her earlier days, she cut amazing promo, not amazing.
Yeah,
relax,
okay.
Relax, amazing. Decently good promos.
Yeah.
You could get behind her. The queen. And now she's like 85 and like more freaking plastic than freaking what's that comedian name that I forget her name. Oh my goodness. That's gonna come back to me later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jonah River, I think her name is Joan River.
Oh, Joan Rivers, yeah.
Yeah. About the same plastic like density, both harmful for the environment. But like she doesn't care. She just
Yeah, I think she wants to
doesn't
be like when she
care.
came in this time, she wanted to be the baby face, and the fans
mad
booed
she
her
did,
right
yeah.
away. Yeah, and she got mad. Just
So
be
she
the
got
heel. Just be the heel. Do what and then the whole thing with the divorce
Kaisers
and
and DM, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I said it. I love when people go off script because it's good.
Yeah,
This was one of the times where they went off script and it was just
Yeah.
like,
it was so bad.
why?
it's
Like,
like
you're doing it for the.
it's
you're-
catty.
Yeah, like when Punk goes off script, yeah, you know it's the shock value, but you know he's gonna say something good. Like when he went off, I guess we'll say script with the Rock thing, or when he originally went off script with his pipe bomb back when he was with Nexus, we were like, oh, okay, yes, he's doing it for shock value, but this is actually good. This seems like, yeah, no, they're just doing it for shock value because they want people to be like, oh my goodness, she said that she sleeps with her man.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, that's where it's just like, no.
Yeah, I don't
No.
care.
The shock value is there, but it has to be good. It has
I
to
hope
be
it's a
one
good
value.
match.
I think it will be.
I think it will be. I hope Tiffy wins. I think the fans would absolutely go ape shit if, in a bad way, if
Oh no, they'll
Charlotte
boo
wins.
her out of the building.
Yeah, they'll
I
boo
agree
her out
with
of
you.
the-
Honestly, I'll say right now, I think Tiffany Stratton is going to win.
Yeah,
I think after this, Flair's actually dipping for a bit. I think she just doesn't want to do this anymore.
like she should just
She's
come
very-
in and like work
This
with
is a
the
passing
talent.
of the torch.
Yeah.
Hmm,
That's
yeah.
true.
So let Tiffy win, get the hell out of here, and just retire. You won so many titles.
Like I would like it if Charlotte came in and just had like a regular feud with somebody, or like I would even like her tagging with somebody. Like if she came in and tagged with Tiffany Stratton, I think that would be a cool storyline, and then you get to a feud after maybe. But whatever. She went straight for the title.
Yeah. I agree with you guys. Tiffany Stratton better win this. And I hope she wins this.
It's Tiffy
Um,
time.
And I hope they turn her heel instantly.
Yeah, she
Get
needs
back
go
to being a
heel.
heel. She cannot
Yeah.
be a face. That's it. She
you need to
cannot be
get-
a face.
You need
No.
her to get her into a feud right away and turn her
Back to heel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll now go on to Gunther versus Jey Uso, which again, like Tyler and I were talking about, took a while to really get good, but obviously bringing the family, Jimmy Uso, into it, definitely saved this feud. And definitely it also built like a new level where Gunther could go in his character and his heel character. Like obviously we
his,
knew, like he was developing his mic skills, and we knew that he was doing good at that. But now this was like the next step in being a heel, and it definitely paid off for him. It's worked out well. I guess it's like the last Monday Night Raw here.
Last Monday night, I was gonna say, I think
Promos
that
were
was
kind of-
Gunther's. I was gonna say that was Gunther's best promo. I think ever.
Really?
I think so.
Ever.
The way he was like, just it like you said, the whole thing about Gunther was he's such a good heel. How do you elevate him? The fact that he went out there and said, "I was in control. You don't know what I'm not like in control. You are lucky that I was in control." Like it was just it elevated him to a
was good.
level that
Yeah.
you knew he was serious, but like now it's like, oh, what can go more? Like you're now, I don't want to say Gunther was losing interest, but his character was starting to become, I guess, a little bit stale because it's the same thing. But he's so good at it, and he backs it up so much, so it's fine. But with that now added extra level, that added detail of like just that whole incident, it now makes you curious. Okay, where can I go from this with him? So I think it was good.
Yeah. It was definitely better in Jey Uso's. I felt like Jey Uso's could have been a little bit better.
Well,
Personally.
no, James was all right, but I
Yeah.
liked. I think that was one of Gunther's best in ring promos, probably so far in his career.
Jay had a hell of a promo last week, so this week it's kind of like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, Jay's promo that last week was good. I liked it.
So let's go into predicting this match. I have no doubt Jey Uso is he's gonna definitely win this match. He's gonna beat Gunther. And then maybe they do a brand swap and Gunther goes to SmackDown and could eventually go for that the WWE Championship. but Jey Uso should get a decent title reign. I don't know how long really.
I hope he has some defenses. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like maybe it's just like give him the title run or give him the title on Mania, get the pop, get his moment, see how he does, see how he as a champion as like that top guy. If he's starting to kind of fail and not gain traction after Money in the Bank, consider doing a quick switch then. Maybe try someone new at that point. But
so here's the thing. Well, going into later in the match because it's night 2. I do think Yeet is winning. Jay's winning. The reason why he needs to win is because when he has that title, it opens so much opportunity. For what they can do with so many superstars. With Gunther, you can only do so much because he's so dominant. With Jay, there's more wiggle room because he's not as dominant as a dominant force. I think he has like a 4 to 5 month reign max. Now there's a few scenarios in my head that I'm running through what they could do next with him. Let's hypothetically Braun Breaker loses the Intercontinental Championship this WrestleMania. And then at Backlash, they do a rematch, and maybe as Gunther's going to win, right? Or maybe Gunther's like about to lose, Jay setting up for a spear. Braun comes out and spears him, puts his sight onto it. I've always been an advocate of letting him hold it till like basically at Money in the Bank and having Dom win Money in the Bank and cash in. So there's a lot of options they can do. Because I know Braun, I think honestly, if we look at it, Braun Breaker is the next in line.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unless they give Drew another shot. Or CM Punk, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, they're still there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay.
There's a lot to do.
You want to...
You're
picking. Everybody's picking.
I did the. I'm
picking Jay too.
Okay.
I don't know how long he's gonna go, but I hope he gets at least a defense or two and wins.
Yeah, he deserves like 4 or 5 month reign. Honestly, guy deserves it.
I didn't think who his challengers would be, but yeah, that'd be pretty good to.
Also, Finn Balor's still there. Penta's up and coming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options they can run with. Yeah. Carlito.
Dom.
Dom was a big one I would like to see.
Yeah.
Dom is definitely someone who could be a top
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Logan Paul versus Jay.
If Logan Paul's going to win a world title, the heavyweight title would be.
Maybe we see heel Cena. Maybe he's like, I want both titles. I want both titles. You're a disgrace. You're yeet. You're a corporate cash out, as he says to him.
This match has got to be the opening match of the card, and he's going to win, and they're going to go nuts.
It has to, because if it doesn't...
Anywhere else.
If this doesn't open, imagine they open up Tiffany and Charlotte wins.
Oh, God.
If they were smart, they'd make the co-main event Tiffy versus Charlotte, because then if Charlotte wins, people will be more focused on the Roman match. They'll be more excited. So it kind of blows over quicker. It'd be the best place to put it.
Yeah.
Mr. Main Event Jey Uso is opening night 1. So, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta talk about the real main event.
This is the main event.
Where we are next?
We're next here at the main event.
I think that's the last one. Yeah.
This is the last one for night 1, and we'll move on to night 2. It is Roman Reigns versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman versus Seth Rollins. Triple threat. Again, me and Tyler talked about this. Definitely the most unpredictable and hardest to predict. I guess the hardest to predict. Anyways. Because each man has a reason to win.
Yes.
They also have a reason, I guess, to lose. Yes. It's kind of up in the air. I think this match is giving all the fans their favorite wrestlers and letting them fight, and you just kind of root for your guy. But
Yeah, and there's so much story in
It is.
all three with the two of them, the three of them. There's we don't know where we don't
I'm
know
looking at
where
this
it could go.
right now.
Does somebody
Obviously,
turn heel?
yeah. Well, I mean, Roman kind of did. He threw away Paul Heyman. He's like, no.
But at the same time, they kind of
Yeah.
made Paul Heyman turn heel because you betrayed
Yeah.
the tribal chief. You
You betrayed him.
betrayed that friendship and they were faces at the time.
But remember
And-
what Michael Cole said, which was absolutely BS. CM
did he-
Punk is the first Heyman guy. We're just gonna forget about Brock Lesnar. I understand the situation, but don't say he's the first. First off, Curtis Axel was before CM Punk. If we're talking about Heyman guy,
Maybe he meant like.
I know what
behind
I know what he is trying to go for, but
Yeah.
when you say he's the first ever Paul Heyman guy,
Mhm.
what's
Mhm.
everyone's gonna first think?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's gonna say
Now, if
Brock
he was
Lesnar.
like, this, it's like they could have worded it differently, like he's the first Paul guy, or like more implying that it's not really the Heyman character, but the actual real life person. You could have probably
Right.
implemented it there. But even then, I would still argue Brock Lesnar was the first one because he debuted in like 2003 or 2004, and Punk didn't hit the scene till like
That's true.
2006.
what did
Anyways,
he do
that's
with
besides the
Monica?
point. I just thought that
Yeah,
was
whatever.
hilarious. That being said, what if Brock Lesnar returns? I'm just saying that's possible. Ace can do it. No,
That'd be funny.
no.
Where do you think this goes?
See, here's the thing. I was.
There's a
thinking
lot
about
of
this.
people saying Paul Heyman sides with Rollins.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think that's
They
too.
planted seeds, but I think it's just to. throw
They
people
planted
off.
Mind
seeds,
games.
but they kind of killed it on Monday.
No, Heyman's not. Yeah, no. I mean, Rollins isn't going to team with Heyman. I know everyone's like, oh, he's gonna. I feel like they're trying to basically pull Rollins out and have and Roman and Punk feud with each other, and that's why I think Rollins is winning this match, because I think he will use Paul Heyman in a way to manipulate both of them like he's been doing. And maybe, for example, Heyman's like checking on Punk, right? Or checking on Roman or whoever's on the ground. And Rollins is outside the ring and he acts like he's about to stomp on him. Maybe it's by the staircase and he actually stomps on the staircase. And say it's Roman in the ring because he's with CM Punk, right? Maybe in that little moment, Heyman looks up and sees that Roman wasn't going to be there for him. He didn't want to be there for him. He was going to let him take a curve stomp on the steel step. So it's all mind games. So now Heyman's trying to screw over Roman. Roman's not so everyone's off their games. Roman picks up the win. I think that's how they're going to play this. I think it's going to be a mind game because he's always got plan B.
He is the architect. Do we also want to do like a tiebreaker here on this match? Like who
Yeah,
pins
who
who?
pins who?
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
who
that's tough.
who's Rollins pinning Tyler?
That's tough. That is tough because I mean both have their reasons to be pinned. I'll go with Roman, I guess. Because Punk is overdone. Another reason why I'm picking Seth Rollins is because Seth Rollins died on his Shield last WrestleMania, and Triple H appreciates this. And I'll be honest, the first ever Triple H guy was Seth Rollins, so I feel like this is Triple H's ways to repay him. But
Yeah.
I'm saying he pins Roman. Sorry,
Yeah.
he pins Roman. Just wanted
Okay.
to add more to my detail.
I'll go next.
Happy about that pin.
This is a tough one. It's still up in the air. Like I'm fine with any of these guys winning, though. I think Roman Reigns is definitely losing this one. I think it's just gonna come down to me between Punk or Rollins. At one point, I thought the favor was Punk wins this, he goes on, and he just gets a title shot with Cena and Cody. At one earlier on, before stuff started to go on, but then obviously that idea kind of died off very quickly. So Paul Heyman being in the corner of Punk is cool, just to have it for an entrance, but I don't think it's really gonna last long. I'm just gonna. It's tough, so I'm gonna agree with Tyler here and say Seth Rollins wins, because I think they are gonna go the route that Punk and Roman Reigns start a feud here, and Rollins can finally curb stomp CM Punk, do the one from the top rope. He can finally do it, and he'll pin CM Punk here.
That one. Another thing, sorry, before Tony goes, I want to mention about this whole rivalry. What if Punk turns heel in this situation? Because we talked about someone turning heel.
He could.
What if Punk's what? So my favor was you give me a match at WrestleMania main event, something that I earned, something that I basically created from leaving this company and doing my own thing and all this stuff. You can turn heel on that. Basically,
but that's not the favor. Was just Paul Heyman being in the corner? It wasn't the main event.
Oh, that was the favor?
That was the favor.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the main event was the favor.
No.
Oh, okay. But even still, you can play heel off that. That's stupid. What do you mean? Get out of here. CM Punk gets everything in the world, and you chose that.
Just to get at Roman, though. Just to...
Which is why, the feud continues, yeah, fair.
Because you can tell in the last few episodes, he's... Really Punk is doing things to, make it look like Heyman's on his side and piss off Roman.
Mm-hmm.
So... I think
tough
Roman.
We're Paul Heyman. We're CM Punk guys.
Yeah, I'm a CM Punk guy.
Well, it's tough for me.
I'm a Rollins guy though too. So
I'm pretty sure Roman said one time, or maybe it was off WWE TV, if I don't have Heyman in my corner, I won't be wrestling anymore. But he could have just said that.
I think that was at the retirement speech for Heyman,
right.
Hall of Fame. He said, "There is no tribal chief without my wise man." Basically, essentially, But Roman also has stated he wants to go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
A lot of things can happen here.
I think Heyman will be reluctantly in the corner, and not reluctantly. He'll want to be in the corner, but he'll also want to please Roman. And then during the match, something will happen, and Heyman will be totally on Punk's side, and Punk will pin Roman Reigns and win the main event at WrestleMania.
Very interesting. So we all basically collectively agree that Heyman won't be on Rollins' side, which is very interesting. I know they kind of hinted it on Monday Night Raw that they wouldn't be, but also at the same time, we can't be shocked that they would do that. Why would they reveal their hand if it is happening?
Yeah. It would be a swerve, a huge swerve.
100%. But the reason why I say they don't, with Punk and Heyman, it makes sense. They're kind of very similar, characteristics. Roman and him made sense because, he was a big talker, and Roman, that wasn't his strong suit at the time, and now it is now better. But it was a very cocky thing.
Mm-hmm.
With Rollins, unless he goes back to if he goes back to the Messiah gimmick, maybe, but still, again, he doesn't benefit having Heyman, other than more of a lapdog.
I don't see Punk with Heyman either. That's why.
But that's fair too. Yeah, that's a fair thing. But I'm saying at the time, if he was to decide, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a tough one. This is it's still it is the hardest match I think to predict on the whole card.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think Cena versus Cody might be harder?
No.
Interesting. I like what you guys. I'm gonna see where you guys are going with that. I guess we'll move on to night two, right?
Night two.
Let's do night two.
Night two. Again, there are some matches on this card where I'm just I don't really care.
I was gonna say, can we start with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez?
Absolutely.
Thank you, please.
Absolutely.
Can this be a nuclear bomb at no one's? Is that a possibility?
Why Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie are on a team makes no sense to me. Only that Bailey something will
Turn
happen. Whether she turns heel again, I don't know. Yes,
I don't know.
maybe.
I think it's gonna be the opposite.
Lyra, really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But that's no, you know
Okay,
what? I can see
either
this,
or.
because Chelsea
Yeah.
Green's turning more of a face. I feel as the U.S. champion, people are appreciating her. She's turning more like the Dominic effect.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways,
Yeah, Liv Morgan and Raquel are gonna keep these championships here, and I don't care about this match. So yeah.
No, they're gonna.
I think so
retain.
too, because this got to lead up to something with Judgment Day eventually.
All retain.
I'll retain.
Okay, cool.
I just don't know what's gonna happen between the two, Bailey or
Something.
That should be interesting.
Either miscommunication. Bailey turned on Lyra. Lyra turned on Bailey.
Boom.
They want to do a face versus face, sure. So miscommunication in the tag match, fine. But yeah, no. This match makes no sense to me. This is a SmackDown match, and I don't know why it's being put in Mania. But again, whatever. We'll go to AJ Styles and Logan Paul now. Again, let these guys cook.
It's gonna be a good
Yeah.
one.
15
I love
minutes
the new
max.
Logan Paul finish.
Minimum, sorry.
The pulverizer,
Oh my
the
God.
name and everything,
That is
amazing.
Unreal.
Amazing.
Yep.
Great in-ring work and talent that he's worked on that move for a couple months now, I think. So good on Logan Paul for that.
No, yeah, honestly, okay, first thing I want to say, great move. I mean, obviously, it's just a standard DDT, but at the same time, but that's the thing. It's so hard to innovate.
Yeah.
It's so hard with like how wrestling is advanced. Like you just can't just make up new moves like that. It's tough. So the fact that he was able to take a simple move like the DDT and put his own twist on it, it's perfect. And that's shows signs of a good worker. If how can I take something and put my own twist on it?
The only thing is he can't use that move on everyone.
I'm
Well,
very curious if he can.
he did it on Damian Priest,
Yeah.
and Damian's a pretty
Yeah.
big dude.
Damian's
I don't.
like
He's
6'4",
strong.
6'5".
Logan Paul is very strong.
But let's remember, the move is also the person taking its job too. So that person who's taking is athletic,
Yes.
he can do it. And
You can't do it
Priest is
to him.
athletic. Priest is athletic, but I like the man. Yeah, he's not going to do it to Otis. I mean, no, there's a lot of things you can't do to Otis.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think he has the strength to do it, but Otis has to really jump and sell it. And that's where it goes bad. And that's where Otis gets hurt. That's where Otis does a face plant. And he actually gets hurt. But I think Logan can lift him. It's just will
No,
Otis
man,
actually
Get up.
cooperate and get up, yes.
That being
Who are you
said,
taking?
yeah, who are you taking here?
I don't know. They kind of built it up in a way that AJ's gonna win.
I don't think so.
But
I disagree.
Logan wants to actually kind of become more full time and take a little more time into WWE. That's his plan at least. He is a busy man as well, so it is hard to kind of predict him as well sometimes. This is probably where I either retain or lose here. Though I played it very safe so far because I am the champion and I will stay champion. Okay.
Sure.
AJ Styles beats Logan Paul here.
Interesting. That's a good pick.
Styles is getting old.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
The thing is,
that
it's
much
like-
time
it's
left,
like-
so you gotta push him a little bit. You can't just have him keep losing and then try and get him one title run again. So you
But
gotta.
it seems like he's in the middle of a feud with Karrion Kross at the time. That's what I'm thinking. Like, Karrion
Yes.
Kross wants the old AJ Styles.
But Karrion
back.
Kross is kind of feuding with everybody.
I know.
Yes.
He really
Right now
has.
he's focused on AJ Styles.
But for 1 month, he was focused on 4 different guys, and then he finally landed on AJ Styles. So
Right.
I don't know. I get what you're saying, Tyler, but I don't know.
I'm taking Logan Paul on
I'm not. If Logan Paul wins, I would not be surprised. It's just the
No.
way they've kind of built it up leads to AJ winning. So I'm gonna say AJ. They could always do Backlash and Logan wins there.
Right.
No, they won't though. No, Logan's not going to show up in Missouri. That's not his style. I'm going with Logan Paul as well.
I'll probably regret going with AJ, but it's okay.
No, you probably got it right. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. Let's do Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, a Sin
And
City
a Sin Cara match. Sin Cara street fight.
This match has been built up really good. Long-term storytelling between these two. I'm a fan of long-term storytelling. I know Tony is as well, and Tyler. We all are.
What do you mean? I'm the best at long-term story.
Yeah, but then you got some long shots, and we know about those. So, surprised no long shots from you, Tyler. Maybe you have one set up soon.
Did you not hear me say Kurt Angle is going to return?
Yes, I guess, but that's like that's more of a blast from the past.
Okay. Well, here, trust me, I got something coming up. I got one cooking.
Drew, Damian, Sin Street. I honestly, I feel like Drew has been through so much this past year.
Yep.
He needs a win,
I think
and he needs a solidified win.
He's got to win.
Where he doesn't, nothing happens. He gets a win. It's clean, and that's it. Like so, Drew McIntyre is winning this.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's no person that can interfere with him. At least I don't think so.
Right.
And this is the win that he finally gets back at Damian and says, "Screw you, I win. That's it. Like we're done.
They don't need
I'm moving on."
They don't need interference in this.
He's another heel
One-on-one.
that can face the World Heavyweight Championship with Jey Uso. So this establishes that. So I'm
There
agreeing
you
with
go. Give them the win. Beat the
He
hell out of
deserves
each
it.
other.
Oh yeah,
Let's have a good match.
What about
that was quick and easy. Okay.
Do
let's
it.
go with Io Sky now. Let's talk about that one.
No,
This is going to be a great match. No,
I want to
we're
save
set.
I want to save the Fatal 4-Way till like second last.
Okay, fine. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. This
This is going to be great.
arguably be the best match of WrestleMania.
Too bad you're wrong.
Oh.
The best match will be Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton.
That's maybe.
Some say Malachi Black. We'll talk about it. I think Mickey James. Maybe that's my long shot I was talking about.
Maybe. This match though is going to kill it. I'm looking forward.
It was a bit of a roller coaster to get here.
It was, but it kind of had to. They kind of had to like prolong it a bit, but they did it well. I think. I think Io Sky's keeping the belt. I don't know where you guys are at with it.
You know what's
But
funny?
I think Io Sky deserves to keep the belt here. She's just been pushed aside multiple times. Like, she doesn't matter. She's a phenomenal champ. She's beaten both of them before in singles matches. And I don't see Bianca winning. I don't see Rhea Ripley winning. I see kind of similar with the other triple threat where two guys butt heads over... Obviously, they're going to be butting heads over Paul Heyman, but these two just butt heads over ego and who is better between Rhea Ripley and Bianca, and then Io Sky will just take advantage of them two being mad at each other, I guess. And I think Io Sky keeps the belt. I'll give these women 20 plus minutes, and this will kill it.
I already kind of hinted at my pick last week. I agree. I think Io Sky's going to win. I think they're going to constantly forget about her, and I think she's going to sneak away a win. Maybe she hits Rhea hits like an avalanche riptide, boom, right? She kind of rolls, and then over the moonsault, bang, lands on Bianca. Bianca takes the pin. Uno, dos, tres, gets out of there, wins the title.
What if Rhea does the riptide to Bianca off the top rope? Bianca's like done. And as she like lands and then the impact, like Io Sky does the moonsault, like all like one
that's
after
tough
the other.
because you need Rhea to move
It is
out of the way
tough.
quickly.
But like it'll have to be planned where she lands in the middle, she takes the bump, and like she takes the impact.
She,
and then...
as she lands, she would have to move.
Yes.
And this is why I'm saying that when she lands originally, like the impact bumps her up. Yeah, it's possible. It's very risky. Unless she lands in a way where she's unless she lands in a way where she's like on top of Bianca and she does it onto Rhea, which then you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she lands on Rhea and Bianca at the same time. Yeah. And she takes the
pin. This is a hard one for me because I'm banking on Belair turning heel.
Which I do.
So I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna say it's during the match, but I don't see how she would do it. I don't know how this is gonna line up. Okay, let's just say she wins the title.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just say that she wins the title, and in let's say she turns heel, she sides with Naomi. Not that she had anything to do with the Jade incident, but she sided with Naomi. And then we get Jade and Naomi, Jade going after the title from Bianca, and then we could go to SummerSlam and have a Rhea Ripley Belair one-on-one match. Because that's where I thought it was going to go here. I thought it was just going to go straight to one-on-one, but I think because they were both faces, they didn't want to do it, which they could have. They could have done a face versus face match. Mm-hmm. But I think they saved that for SummerSlam. So I'm taking Belair.
Interesting. Okay.
Good pick.
Yeah, I do agree. I do think maybe at Mania, maybe the Monday Night Raw after Mania, Bianca will turn heel. Finally. Heel in the main roster. Finally. I know. Yeah. It's been a while. So, yeah. No, that's a good take, though. And SummerSlam will now also be 2 nights, so you could definitely see them possibly main eventing one of the nights, maybe. So yeah, that's a good possibility. We will now move on to the Fatal 4-Way, which is, one of the more hype matches of the whole card. Especially because we were fans. Well, definitely Tyler. Dom Mysterio. And...
I was the original.
You were the original. I liked his first match with Seth Rollins. I thought he was good. I know some people were kind of on it, but I thought
he was great, and then I thought he was awful. I thought that character was awful.
The character was bad. The character was bad.
Which, by the way, I can't believe I never made the connection that Buddy Murphy, slept with his sister, so in return he slept with Rhea. Completely.
That's actually wow.
I can't. Long-term storytelling right there.
That's wild, actually.
Yep.
So Braun Breaker, Penta,
tough one.
Finn, and Dom. In my opinion, there's only 2 people who I could actually see winning, and it is either Braun retaining or Dom winning.
Yeah.
I agree. The only thing I was thinking about a Dom win, but then I was also thinking that Dom and Finn have a storyline after this.
Okay.
So I don't think that goes with the title, which I would like for Dom to win the title. That'd be sweet.
So you don't think okay, no, I just hear you going. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Penta pinning.
This could also be a tiebreaker as well.
Yeah.
Just because there's 2 hits. This would be a tiebreaker.
I'm gonna go Penta pinning Finn.
Okay.
That's a tough one.
I think Braun's gonna retain, but I'm gonna go with.
Nah, Tyler, I'm going next. I'm the champion. So
go ahead.
Go for
it. Yeah. Before you were gonna go with something, so I even
Dom wins. He pins Finn by accident.
Okay, that's fine. Braun Breaker.
Or on purpose.
No, Braun. When it's my turn.
Braun Breaker wins. He pins Dom Mysterio. The fans really think that they're gonna I'm talking. Dom pins Finn Balor, rolls him up 1, 2, 3. It's a 1-on-1, and everyone thinks that Dom's actually gonna win. Tyler's messaging me. He's like, "Dom's gonna win. Dom's gonna win," and then Braun just boom spear 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Dom.
Nah, that's too simple. I already told you, Braun Breaker's going.
They
to
gotta
the
build up.
World
They gotta
Championship.
build up Dom. He's not.
They
He's
will.
not there yet. So they gotta build him up.
Listen, you guys don't. The thing, what's going to happen? The reason why is because Penta's going to hit a Canadian destroyer or Mexican destroyer, which bullshit, by the way, bullshit. Canadian destroyer.
Yep.
Hits a Canadian destroyer. Finn's knocked out for whatever reason. Maybe he's been speared. Penta's tired, so he doesn't realize it. So when Dom lands, he lands on top of Finn. 1, 2, 3, complete accident. It starts into their storyline. He goes up to him to listen. I'm so sorry. Finn Balor's like, no, it's okay. I understand it wasn't like purpose. You didn't try to screw me over. Maybe there's a point in that he does. He's like, yeah, no, I promise you, you'll get your shot. I'll give you a shot eventually. Penta wants to face him at Backlash because he said I should have won. Penta does face him at Backlash, and Penta wins. Dom only holds this title for a month. You start the feud with Finn Balor, eventually leading up to Dom winning Money in the Bank, right?
Oh.
Proving to everyone that he can lead the Judgment Day. And then ends up cashing in on Jey Uso. After a hard-fought match against Braun Breaker, Dom holds the title for a bit. Maybe at Survivor Series loses it to Braun Breaker. The era of Braun Breaker rolls into next year's WrestleMania. That's called long-term storytelling.
There you go.
Okay. That's fair. We'll quickly just talk about the Randy Orton and Nick Aldis. Do we think it's gonna happen? Do we not think it's gonna happen? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm going full fourth yes, 100%. Obviously, people are saying Malachi Black. This is the big one. Aleister Black. Some are saying Solo Sikoa. God, I hope not.
No, not happening.
Some are saying Sami Zayn.
No, he won't be there.
But I'm telling you, it's either that or Mickey James. One of the two.
Don't know.
What if it's Stardust?
What if
What if?
Randy Orton screws Cody Rhodes?
Now you're thinking.
Nah, that's a little too stupid.
You're thinking now.
Don't think too hard. Everyone knows what's gonna happen.
Nah, he's thinking good. He's thinking good. Cause
all the voices in his head, man. He doesn't know what's up.
I don't think Randy Orton gets a match here. Unfortunately. But I think we will see him at Mania.
Maybe he does do the whole comes out open challenge and we get somebody
he could
like an Aleister Black. But then if you have that, it's like
you have to have that guy win.
Yeah.
No.
And
what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? He already said. He said if you don't give me a match on Friday, Mickey James is basically gonna be like she's gonna hate me for what I'm gonna do. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna start beating up Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis is gonna say no, enough is enough, because the idea is respect. Randy says, yeah, I respect you, but he really doesn't, because Randy Orton thinks of every indie star like he's always has. He's an indie star. He's nothing compared to what he's done. So that's where I believe they're going to have their match, because Nick Aldis is going to do it for the respect. Nick Aldis isn't going to win, but he's going to earn Randy's respect. Right. And so on SmackDown, when he's beating up Nick Aldis, maybe security pulls him off. Maybe he's about to go for a punt. And then as he's going, Nick Aldis gets up, bang, punches him in the face and says, let's go, me versus you.
If there were to be a match, that would make total sense.
That would make sense.
Anybody else wouldn't.
No.
We have made it to the main event of WrestleMania 41, Night 2. It is the main event of WrestleMania 41. To cap it all off, it is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Rabadooey!
Um, Tony, what are your thoughts on Cena's heel run so far?
Um, I liked the first time he talked and crapped
Okay.
on the fans and went all out. And then the second week, I thought he should have went right into going after Cody,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of just ignored him. Really, he didn't really say why he turned on Cody. He said he turned on the fans, but why did he turn on Cody? And what's his situation with The
Fair.
Rock?
That's the one thing I don't like.
Yeah,
Because we just glazed. This would have been way better if The Rock wasn't there. Because he kind of did say why he turned on Cody. He didn't
The
turn on
third-
Cody. He turned on. Yeah. The third one, he kind of more
Yeah.
explained it, but he kind of hinted at it. Well, he was never turning on Cody. He was turning on whoever they thought was, or whoever WWE fans thought was the guy.
The guy,
Right.
the mascot.
He's just turning on the fans. This isn't a Cody Rhodes thing, which I like. This is a fan thing, but I agree. I don't know why The Rock's there.
So, SmackDown, the day we're recording this, will be on Friday. They put Roman Reigns, CM
On
Punk,
Raw.
and Seth on Raw. Cena's gonna be there on SmackDown.
Right.
Is there a chance we see The Rock show up at SmackDown? And I think
I don't
100%.
think so.
I think 100% yes.
yeah.
Why else
I would
would
say
they have put?
100%, but
Wha-
I do agree.
If they don't,
I do agree.
it just doesn't.
I do
make
think
sense.
they're gonna do Rock. They have to, because you can't bring this up and then just ignore the Rock. Rock's whole factor, and
Yeah.
like Rock doesn't have to be in Cena's corner, but Rock
No.
should come out and be like, "What I told John was this,
I think
Cody.
Yeah.
This is what I told
If
him."
they do it, they have to do it Friday,
Yeah.
and I think
But I think that's also a little late because
yeah.
like, I don't
But
care
I think the whole thing
about
with
the Rock
I think the
situation.
whole thing with The Rock is he does his own thing,
Exactly.
and he just and I don't think Triple H knows if he's gonna be there or not, or maybe he didn't know what was going on, and I think Rock is just not screwing things up, but like doing his own thing.
I don't think the thing is, I don't think he's screwing anything up, because Triple H did go on a podcast recently in an interview and he said, "No, yeah, this is something we wanted to do." Which Cena, we asked Cena, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And Cena was down for it, and so
But
Well,
they wanted
Yes.
Cody to do it first.
yeah, of course, but Cody would never. They,
No.
they didn't want it'd be the whole AEW situation, so they
So they
asked,
kinda had to-
But maybe Rock did play a foul. I think Rock showing up to Elimination Chamber kind of messed with their plans. It's like, okay, like, what's the point? That's
Yeah,
where I believe where Rock's pushing too
I
much
think
power.
the story got screwed up because I think they had a story with Rock wanting Cody to be his champion,
Yeah.
and if he would have turned heel, there would have been a whole storyline with that. But then he didn't want to do that, so they had to pivot to Cena, but they didn't tie
Do it
up
right.
do it right, or like what's the story between Cena and Rock?
Yeah, I know. Like, they're just both Hollywood, but
What
they're
if-
not
I guess
even going.
We could
They're not
still
even
learn.
going. Yeah, they're not even going the angle of Hollywood. Cena's just tired of the fans, which is fair. It's not bad. I don't mind that idea, but I do agree. This is where I agree. Like, I think The Rock screwed a lot of things up. I feel like maybe Cody was supposed to turn heel. Maybe that's what Cody was mentioning many moons ago when he was like, you know what, you might not like what's gonna happen, but maybe Cody fought like, and I don't really want to turn
Yeah.
heel right now. And so they're like, okay, well, if Cena's good with it, we'll do it. And then so Cena's like, yeah, I'm down. I haven't done it for a long time. And again, I've said this last podcast, Thugonomics Cena might have started off heel, but it was never really a heel character.
No.
This is his first actual legit heel character. Which I love how he said he doesn't bury talent, he buries mediocrity, as
yeah.
Wade Barrett was sitting at the announce table.
That was a really good.
That was a good line.
That was a good line.
Yeah.
He had
I
a-
think
they,
they're-
they both
They've been
had
going
the
back. They've been going back and
billionaire.
forth.
The billionaire. That was
Billionaire
another
song.
good line.
Mm.
It is tough to say, like, if The Rock doesn't show up on Friday, what's the whole point? Like,
Do
what
you
if
think The
Cena?
Rock-
What if The Rock tries to go help Cena? Cena literally pushes him away and says, "Screw you,"
That's that.
and says, "I'm not on
think that-
anyone's side." And like,
I think that
I
tangles
don't think
too
he
much.
would do it. Exactly.
No, that tangles
But-
way too much. So I was gonna say to you, Kevin, do you think this storyline, if The Rock doesn't show up tomorrow, or not tomorrow, sorry, Friday, because we're filming on Wednesday.
Yes.
If he doesn't show up on Friday, do you think that ruins this storyline for you? Like, do you think The Rock makes a storyline, or do you think The Rock confuses the storyline a bit more?
It depends on the way you look at it. I don't know.
Right. Or how
The way your viewpoint is. If you don't really care too much about The Rock, then yeah, sure, it won't affect it. But if The Rock's involvement at Elimination Chamber is too big enough for you, then yeah, obviously it ruins the whole storyline because...
My thing is, I need Rock to come out. If he comes out Friday, I need him to clearly explain what... not clearly explain, like lay out the whole storyline, but clearly explain why he said he wanted Cena to be a part of this movement that he's doing, right?
So
because if he just comes out here and continues to talk about Cody being his champion, and you're blowing past like the whole Cena heel turn. Why? What did you do to convince Cena? Because Cena's selling his soul. You can arguably say he's already been doing that because he was the head guy at WWE for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cena scheduled to be the Raw after Mania?
Yes, he is. He is.
Okay, so here's my prediction. This is mine. Is it okay if I go first?
You can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. We don't see Rock Friday. They have the match on Sunday. Rock gets involved. Cena beats Cody Rhodes. Cena wins the title. Monday Night Raw, we hear from The Rock and Cena. Cena is The Rock's champion.
I'd be fine with that. But then...
And Cena's taking his belt and whatever he's doing. Yeah.
Taking the ball and go home. Yeah, I like that. The thing is, I like that idea. But then again, you didn't need Elimination Chamber. Because I feel like you would have a bigger impact if you just did that. And instead you had the build up normally. Maybe them taking jabs at each other. Maybe I again believe that this was too fast for them. They weren't expecting it. Like they were like
wanted to do it.
They wanted to do this. Yes.
And they decided like the day
that was the idea.
Do it.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So then
the idea was for Cena, yes, to turn heel at Mania.
To turn heel at Mania.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That would be bigger.
I think for me, I would have liked that better. And you turn heel at Mania, and you win the belt at Mania, and you go off.
But at the same time, we also witnessed one of the best heel turns.
That's what I was gonna say.
I mean, I don't really care what you all say.
I agree.
As a wrestling if I'm thinking about this as a logical wrestling fan, talking about storylines, build up, and that, yeah. But if I'm talking about personal, I'm so happy.
That was the best moment. Yeah.
Let me just say, I am not upset that they did this in Toronto.
No,
I loved it. Every minute of it, I couldn't believe it. It's like one of the greatest heel turns of all time.
Yep.
But of course, the logical side of it is just I want to know what their plan is with it. And I know I'm not going to know until like maybe even past WrestleMania, maybe SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is Cena wins at WrestleMania, like you said, beats Cody. I don't know if The Rock is involved. He sits at that press conference. He grabs the mic. I'm not retiring. No, I changed my mind. I don't want to retire. This company needs me right now. And I'm not retiring until I lose this belt, basically. Until someone can take this belt off me to prove that they can run the company how I want it to be run.
So you're saying he keeps the belt till his last advertised date and he loses it there?
No, I think he even goes past that. I think he might go to next WrestleMania.
You're a fan of... You're a big fan of Cena. So obviously you want to see him wrestle longer.
It's not even that.
I know Tyler will get emotional when he leaves, and he's
100%.
He doesn't
that man
that
was my childhood.
Yes,
I know he deserves to retire, but his heel character, I think he loses the title at SummerSlam, and so he loses at SummerSlam, so he's forced to retire. But then he slowly turns the character around. Maybe at
His last match is
his
in
last
Boston.
match is in Boston. Maybe they do like Cody Rhodes and Cena and Bad Bunny. I don't know why I said Bad Bunny, but like Cody Rhodes and Cena versus The Rock and someone else.
Maybe.
I don't know how. Maybe The Rock and Randy Orton. Maybe they do something big. Who knows? I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what the plan is for it to do. And then that's how they send him off.
The reason I'm picking Cena is I think that Cody can have a path back to the title, and he can face Randy Orton or I don't know. Yeah,
it's not even that. It's just if Cody wins, beats Cena, what's next for Cody? What's next for Cena? I mean, obviously you can do this big feud with The Rock and Cena. You could do a lot with it, sure.
That's the one thing you guys haven't really answered of what's next for both. So you have to leave. You have to leave something for either or.
The thing is, I will say it. Cena could take the title and say, again, my ball, I'm going home. Perfect. It makes sense. He's a heel. He doesn't believe the fans deserve these title shots. He deserves to hold on to it. That's perfect. He doesn't have to be in the picture. But again, Cody Rhodes is a babyface. Everyone likes the picture. Rock keeps throwing him challenges upon challenges upon challenges to prove that he deserves it, or whatever The Rock wants to do. Eventually, they meet up at SummerSlam. And I do think this is a way to do it. It's just, again, I believe I want to see Cody chase the title instead of just continuing holding it. If he beats Cena, good for him. But then I'm like, what the hell do we do now? Unless you do the whole build angle until him winning the title at the other angle is Cody wins, loses the title to The Rock at SummerSlam. Cody gets injured, and then John Cena slowly turns back to face at Boston and wins the title off The Rock for the 18th time. That's the other angle I can see them going if that's something they want to do. That's too random.
I don't see The Rock.
And that's another thing. I don't see The Rock winning a title.
No.
So I don't know. This is like the biggest up in the air. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. But I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
I think we've talked enough, Kevin. You seem like you have a different opinion. I want to hear what you have to say.
So I do agree with
wrong.
what you said there. I do agree with what you said there, Tyler. How you could see an arc of Cena going from heel to back to face. But I want to see him as a heel champion. And I want to see it for a bit.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
So Cena is going to beat Cody here at Mania.
Okay.
But I am going to say it. I'm going long here because you got to set up a feud. And why not just get it out of the way?
Punk versus Cena.
No. So at Mania, I want obviously there to be, a part where Cody's getting beaten up by The Rock and Cena. Heck, even if you want to throw Travis Scott in there, go ahead. I don't care.
Bring back Travis Scott, baby.
I really don't care about that whole part. But anyways, you get my point. Those two just beating up on him. Tony mentioned it. And it's a long job. Randy Orton. Yes, so Randy Orton comes out. And everyone thinks, okay, yeah, he's going to team up with Cody. He's going to go.
I wouldn't think that.
No. And then Randy Orton RKO's Cody. He turns on Cody to set up Cody versus Randy for Backlash. Cena, I don't know if Cena is scheduled for Backlash or not. So that's where my prediction could go wrong. So again, Cena could just win the title and go home and say, I'm not gonna be at Backlash, screw you guys. I'm the champion, I'm busy. I'll be back at the pay-per-view after or the Monday or SmackDown after that pay-per-view, and maybe we'll talk then about something.
You don't deserve me here.
Yeah, you don't deserve to see this or me as the champion. Yeah, I think Randy does turn on Cody. But they got to do it in a way where, they get some fans, obviously us, we know that Randy Orton's going to turn. But, they get some fans who are like, oh, okay, Randy Orton's
I feel like,
help. And then, boom. Because obviously it's going to be a big moment.
Let me ask you this then. So, you're saying this is a last-minute adjustment because of Kevin Owens?
Yes.
So then, where would you have fit this in prior with Kevin Owens?
I still think Cena would have won.
Yeah, of course. But like, do you see Randy Orton eventually coming back? Maybe at Backlash, then turning heel?
Yeah. Maybe it would have been a later.
You still see Orton turning heel?
Okay. Yeah, maybe I was thinking SummerSlam.
It would have been a longer term, but this now because of the injury and it was all of a sudden, it could just be a quick switch and they just shifted it backwards to now.
Let me throw you something here. The reason why I don't want to see Orton turn heel just yet, if he is, let's talk about John Cena and Randy Orton's feud.
That can be saved. That can be saved.
Who was the face and who was the heel?
True.
It was always Randy Orton the heel. This is a new dynamic that I'd like to see. If that's what I'm saying, if the heel turn is happening,
it can be saved.
I want it to be later on.
Yeah.
Because
I agree with you. It can be saved. It doesn't
I would
have
love
to
see that. And then of course Punk versus Cena again.
Yeah, sure.
Punk being right all the time.
I want to see Styles versus Cena.
Again, yeah, all the heels he faced, he's coming back to face them. I like to see Jinder Mahal versus Cena.
I don't know about that one. No.
I would actually genuinely like to see Cena come into Raw and actually start burying people. Like he goes to Tozawa and he says, "Get the hell out of here! You're fired.
You're mediocre.
You're fired. Cena, like the whole team."
Cena has to win, right? Like
he does. Okay, so the thing is he doesn't.
He
have
doesn't.
To
he
win.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
But
he
like,
doesn't.
I think he will.
Heel, you turn heel, and you lose your first match, and you lose, and you lose, and you lose.
But then there's the storyline that you can get saved by your old friends and turn back to the good side over time, and then win as a good man.
And that's why I thought I know it's very unlikely. But
that's also a possibility, Tyler. What could have happened?
Right.
He could have been like, well, you know what? No, like this isn't right. What you're doing, like you know, I was misguided. You know, the apple that the devil told Eve to eat and Adam to eat. It's that idea of someone's whispering in your ear and now there's this situation and you believe it, but then in reality it was I understand, and I was always a big advocate in that.
Yeah, he turned and went against the fans. It's not like he turned and went against one person.
No, 100%.
It's hard to
I hard to go against the fans, but
I don't see a path going back to babyface anytime soon.
No, it will take a long time. But I think the fans want to see heel Cena. I think Triple H knows they're still selling the shirts, and I love that as a heel tactic.
Yeah,
as the sense of like, you guys are idiots. You're still buying my shirts. He's like the same music. He's like, you guys want this from me. You want me to do. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this. It's a fourth wall heel turn. I think it's one of the first times we've seen it, at least in this generation, a fourth wall heel turn, where essentially it's not a character turn, it's a personality turn.
Mm-hmm.
You notice he hasn't really doing much interviews a lot anymore. Obviously, because storytelling, he wants to probably keep a little bit of kayfabe alive. Peacemaker 2 is coming out, which is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see how they play this out, this WrestleMania. This is one of the most WrestleManias I'm excited for. Especially for that match. And good thing it's happening on Easter Sunday so we can watch it.
It's gonna be a good Mania. I know.
So we all say Cena, which I'm shocked. I thought one of us would go with Cody.
No. I think Cody's reign is coming to an end here. But again, you know, they could keep Cody as champion.
Cody Hogan Rhodes. Listen here, brother, ain't happening tonight. You're coming here. The golden shovel versus the golden shovel. What if we see Triple H turn heel?
Yeah.
You laugh, but what did Cody do his first ever pay-per-view in AEW? I'm just saying, long-term storytelling, man. They can bring it back.
Yep.
If Triple H can wrestle.
And not even wrestle, he doesn't need to. It could be the authority figure again. But like, I know the big theories when The Rock slit his throat to indicate, like, he only threw like a two-sider. He's like, throw it. It looked like
that's the thing.
Hinting.
He's got a hint of one more. That's why I said Randy Orton.
That's fair, you know.
So, and it's gonna happen at Mania. They wouldn't do that in Friday Night SmackDown. So,
Oh,
That is my
no,
prediction. So
if Randy doesn't get at that match on Friday, I will start to slowly believe that maybe there's something happening in the works.
yeah.
But again, maybe this is something they're talking to Randy about too. Like you said, like this is such a last minute thing. You obviously tell that because Kevin Owens seriously injured. They're like, okay, we need to figure if we want to pull the trigger on this now, or are we still doing our original plan? Maybe they were never going to turn him heel. Maybe he was eventually going to turn heel. So then maybe they're trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting. WrestleMania is very wild. Honestly, I do want to say it sucks for Kevin Owens, man. I'm upset.
Yeah,
That man deserves to be in WrestleMania this year. And it sucks that he's sadly out.
That would have been a great match.
I hope he recovers. Do we know how serious the neck injury is? Like obviously it's a
I think
neck
it's about a
injury,
year.
Yeah.
Year and a half. Year and a half.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
Did he fuse it or did he like get a wholly replaced?
I don't know.
Basically,
I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not too sure what he did, but still, he won't be back to like maybe
not
even
even
after
next
next year Mania. Like it's pretty bad. So,
Yeah, he'll be coming back as a face.
Oh yeah.
probably.
But let me ask you this. I want to throw, because we haven't done this in a while. I know the podcast is going a little long, but I want to throw it out there. Let's throw a hypothetical. Kevin comes out, says he has to retire. Is he Hall of Fame material for what he's done in his career?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's
Almost.
I mean, yeah, I agree. NXT champion, multiple time WWE champion, Universal. I think he's won the United States. I think he's won the Intercontinental. He's tag champs. I don't know about the Did he win the
I don't think
Intercontinental?
so.
Yes, he did.
yeah.
So he's a Grand Slam champion.
He hasn't won the world. Well, I don't know.
Oh
how
no,
that
he's
works.
he's a triple. Yeah, I know it's weird. He's a triple crown at least. Got the NXT
No,
title.
I think he definitely is. I don't know if he's a first ballot, but he definitely is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I don't think WWE has first ballots like that anymore.
No,
It's
but
not
I
like-
think
it's not like sports is tough.
the
But yeah.
majority of the wrestlers who come in typically have a high chance of getting into the Hall of Fame over time at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
It just
100%.
depends on how long it takes. But yes, I do think they
Right.
have a really high chance of doing it. But yeah, WrestleMania 41 definitely have some matches where it's up in the air. Interested to
forward
see
to
what
it.
they do here with the storylines and where they go. I think both nights start at 7:00, I believe. So
Yeah,
Saturday, Sunday, 7:00, and then the Raw after Mania. We'll be back probably following week or next week or something
Yeah,
here to do our reactions to Mania, and obviously, I already know who's gonna still be the champion at the end of coming
yeah,
next.
it's me.
We'll see.
It's me.
I
It's me.
if you guys
It's me.
paid
It's
attention,
going to be me.
that's a fake championship.
Nope, it's right here. It was, this was on Raw or SmackDown last week. I stole it back. They called me up. They're like, "Can you have it?" It's like, for sure, anything for you, Triple H. And they gave it back.
I played it very safe, so just saying.
Yeah, you did all right, but sadly you picked AJ loser, and not
And that
Logan.
moment he wins that match,
Hey yo!
the moment he wins that match, I think I'm very
I mean, there's
confident.
multiple matches we have different.
Yeah,
you didn't.
well,
You didn't pick Dominic Mysterio, did you?
I picked Braun Breaker
Exactly.
to pin Dominic Mysterio.
Loser. Don't.
Well,
can't
that
see
is all the
future.
time we have here for the 5-Star Frogcast. You can follow us on our Instagram page at the 5-Star Frogcast, TikTok also at the 5-Star Frogcast, YouTube. This would be a long episode. At the 5-Star
This could be an hour.
Frogcast. Oh, this is way over an hour. This is almost 2 hours.
2 nights, baby.
It is true. 2 nights. T-Money. You can ring us out here.
Kevin, you could suck it. Ding, ding, ding.
And we'll catch you in the next one.